So let's talk about some of the pressing needs that you guys have in Ghana right now.
All right. Well, one of the biggest needs that the hospital has is we are trying to to build a fence wall around the hospital land. Um, when the original missionaries came in, they fenced things, but they used wire.
Oh.
The missionaries were originally were from Texas and New Mexico and places like that, so they were used to woven wire and barbed wire. But wire has a pretty low lifespan, and besides that, it's very easy once the missionaries aren't there for somebody to collect everything, and that's what happened. Unfortunately, we don't have what we need is cement block wall around our property, and because we don't have that, the cows and the goats and the pigs and the chickens and everything else are just wandering freely through the hospital grounds. We also have local lorry drivers and so forth who like to take shortcuts through the hospital grounds, and of course this isn't good either.
No.
And we're trying to raise the money to fence the properly. The difficulty is that we've started this project, and there were some bureaucratic holdups, and meanwhile the price of cement has been going up. But we estimate that we need between $50,000 and $75,000 to complete the project, and we would be deeply grateful for any amount that people can donate. That's one thing.
So how much of the fence do you have so far?
We've started molding some blocks. That's
Okay.
about it right
Okay.
now. Okay. Then another problem is that last year's farming season was terrible, and this year's farming season promises to be even worse. The rains have failed. Now, why is this? Well, people are making charcoal out of all kinds of trees, and unfortunately, the fewer trees you have, the less rain you have.
Yeah.
Okay. How bad is it? Well, our chaplain told us 2 weeks ago that the people who raise pigs in town are frustrated because normally they go out to the grinding mills and they collect the grain that falls on the ground, and of course it's mixed with dirt, and then they take that home and feed it to their pigs. These days things are so bad, people are taking that home and feeding it to their families.
Oh.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Because this means that we're going to be having to help more increasing numbers of people in the hospital,
Right.
both with feeding and also with hospital. And we were guessing, I think we were guessing that it was costing between $500 and $800 a month, depending on how bad things got to do the feeding and the medical stuff, and so that number might go up.
Okay.
If you'd said it might approach $10,000 a year, that's probably not a bad estimate, honestly. So that's one of the things. We're still sponsoring people in school, although we're trying to back off on the sponsorship a little bit, because when the hospital sponsors, it means that we are obligated to find employment slots for these people, and that isn't easy. So we have to be careful, because if we over-sponsor, then we're going to have people who don't have jobs, and that's not good.
You don't want that.
What else, Bob? What other projects?
Well, we need vehicles.
Okay, yes, the hospital. The hospital vehicles are wretched. The best vehicle we have right now is a Hi-Ace van from 2011, and we have two or three pickup trucks, and all of them
They're just sitting there.
and they're just in such bad shape you can't drive them anymore. So that's another problem, because our roads are terrible. We need, in our roads, you have to have four-wheel drive diesel.
Right.
You don't want anything else. So that's a whole other problem, that we need. The hospital needs vehicles, because we have an old ambulance that is currently off the road. But the hospital actually probably needs its own ambulance, because the National Ambulance Service is not doing well.
We really need about a 5-ton double cab
Flatbed lorry.
that we can carry
Oxygen.
large amounts of goods, oxygen bottles safely.
Yeah, one of
I've
the,
over
And a lorry's a truck.
a lorry is
Yeah,
a
I'm
truck,
sorry.
yeah,
That's
all
okay.
right. Okay, the problem is, one of the reasons our pickups have not done well is we have had to chronically overload them. These poor little pickups are probably half ton or at the most 3/4 ton. And I'm sure that there have been many times that we've come back from Tomley with loads that were a ton or a ton and a
Even
half.
our pickup,
Yeah.
because, you're there and we need to get this stuff in a hurry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been overloaded several times.
And of course, the road is paved,
It's kind of a suggestion.
right, the road is paved, but the last 20 miles of the road is not paved and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And, and that's, and even the paved part of the road has potholes,
Yeah.
big
How long
potholes.
does the 20 miles take because of how bad the road is?
Well, the 20 miles, depending on how muddy it is, it can take any place from 30 minutes up to an hour or more. And then Yendi is our closest big town. That's 35 miles away. It can take an hour, between 1 and 2 hours to Yendi, depending on how bad the roads are.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. We'll stop there.